Hey guys, HCGChica. I am back. This is part 2 of the topic, why am I not losing weight on the HCG diet? So in the last video, we kind of got out of the way 4 factors that can affect weight loss negatively or positively depending, and those were things that we kind of might have control over, that we might be able to make adjustments. This video though is actually focused on the most likely reason that you're experiencing what you might think of as no weight loss or very little weight loss for a certain period of time on the diet. So let's just talk about that. Basically, what I want to ask you is, how are you looking at your weight loss? The first thing that I ask people who email me concerned about this is, how many pounds have you lost so far, and what day is it on the HCG diet? Now, I will tell you, the majority of the time, the answer that I get back is something to the effect of, I've lost 14.6 pounds and it's day 15 on the diet. So that means that this person, although they perhaps haven't lost any weight in 3 days, they've lost over a pound a day average in the 2 weeks that they've been on the protocol. Now, if you're one of those people who emailed me about this, don't feel bad. I'm not trying to embarrass you at all. I get quite a few of these emails. You know, when you're kind of new to the protocol, you don't know what to expect. And so I thought this is actually a great topic for a video. Because, you know, it's important when you're on the protocol, you want to feel like you're doing the right thing and you want to feel like it's working. And but when things like that happen, it starts making you feel unsure. So don't feel bad at all. You know, this is just all about helping you guys learn what to expect so that you don't have to have those feelings of anxiety or worry or, you know, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. This is totally normal. What sometimes happens is that we forget to look at the overall picture. Remember that the average amount of weight loss that a woman loses while on the protocol is about a ½ pound a day. That doesn't mean that they're actually losing ½ pound every day, but it means that over the course of the 3 to 6 weeks that they are on the protocol, the weight loss will average out to ½ pound a day. Some women, you might even get 0.6 per day or 0.7. That might be your average. And if you get that, awesome. It's very rare for a woman to get that 1 pound a day average that sometimes you might read about on websites. That's just really not realistic, and I wouldn't expect to get that. I've never had that myself. So anyway, this one example that I mentioned, the person had lost over 14 pounds in 14 days, which at that point was an over a pound a day average. So it makes sense that their weight loss would slow down for a period of time, so that their body could catch up. I mean, 14 pounds in 14 days, that's so much weight in just 2 weeks. So you have to remember that our bodies are not machines, you know. Most likely you gained weight in an inconsistent manner, right? It's not like you gained 0.2 pounds of fat every day for a year, right? You most likely gained a significant amount of weight during a certain period of time, and then possibly for a while you didn't gain any weight. As an example, I'll use myself. I have actually gained 8 pounds in 1 month before because I was eating very, very poorly. But I have also gone through periods where I was eating just as poorly, but I didn't gain any weight. And I was already overweight, but I didn't gain any more, even though I was eating just as poorly. And I know that I wasn't eating within my, caloric intake that I should be eating. So, our bodies are just so complex, and I wish I had time actually to learn more about how the body works, because it's so intriguing, really, when you think about it. But just keep that in mind. You gained that weight inconsistently. You're going to lose the weight in a fairly inconsistent manner too. Just to give you an example of the different ways that our bodies can sometimes lose weight on the protocol, I'll give you an example of my last round to start. Round 5, basically how it worked for me is that I had a fairly large loss, like maybe 2 pounds. Then I would lose nothing for like 3 days, like 0, 0, 0. Then I would have another large loss, like 1.5, and then nothing for 3 days. Then I might have another large loss, like maybe 1 pound, and then I might have no loss for a couple days. Then I might have another large loss, 1.5, but then I might actually be up 0.4 the next day. So that's totally normal. But by the end, I had lost a good amount of weight for the size that I'm at, and and it worked out fine. Now there actually has been other times where I lost weight more consistently, you might say. For instance, it was just lots of small losses, like 0.4, 0.2, 0.6, 0.4, 0.8, 0.2, 0.2, and it was kind of like almost every day I did lose, but it was just a little amount. But those little amounts, by the end of each week and by the end of the round, really added up. So even the same person might lose weight differently on different rounds. So your body is going to have to play catch up sometimes. And basically, playing catch up is just a phrase to basically say that I don't know exactly what's going on in your body, but I know something is. Whatever it's doing, whether it's processing fat cells or shrinking fat cells, or you're having water retention and then you're gonna lose that water retention and lose more weight, or I don't know exactly what's happening, but be assured that you are losing fat in a wonderful way for your body, but just that there's going to be days where you have more weight loss, there's going to be periods where you don't have as much, and you just really need to view this as a long-term journey. Sometimes I think because there's so much hype about HCG, it causes some of us to have unrealistic expectations of what we're going to get out of it, and then maybe the weight loss that we're seeing is not what we were expecting. So don't compare yourself to anyone else. You need to kind of trust the process and the way that this protocol works. I also wanted to mention, I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen The Biggest Loser show, but just to give you an example of how complex our bodies are and just to show you how this translates into other scenarios. On The Biggest Loser, these contestants, they work out so hard, right? And no doubt they're on a special diet. And it's very common, it seems to happen with every contestant. You'll notice that, say 1 week they work out 10 hours a day, and that's what it seems like, 7 days a week, they're eating a special way. And then that week they lose, 10 or 12 pounds in 1 week, and they're so excited. Then the following week, they put in the same amount of effort, they eat just as healthy as they did last week, and then this week, they only lost 2 pounds. And they're like, what did I do wrong? I worked out so hard. And that's the thing, they didn't do anything wrong. Even though they put in just as much effort, their body is catching up. That just shows you how complex it is. So just think about those scenarios and how that always happens to them. It's going to be similar with you. There's going to be times where you lose a lot, and then there's going to be times where you lose nothing. But overall, if you look at the big picture, you're going to be losing quite a bit, you're going to be shrinking quite a bit, and you will get to your goal before you know it. If you have a good amount of weight to lose, even if you don't, you still need to view this as a long-term process. That's, this is done in rounds. It's not like you're gonna start VLCD1 and then go straight until you lost 100 pounds. We do this in rounds and stages with breaks between. So even though you're losing quite a bit of weight quickly, it's still gonna take a while to get to your ultimate goal. So you wanna think about it in that way. I really encourage you guys, when you're feeling discouraged, to look at the big picture. Kind of take stock of how well you've done over the whole course of the round so far. And just trust the process and realize that even though you're not losing weight today or tomorrow, you're going to have a drop soon enough. The hormone is not a placebo. It really does work in your body. And just kind of go with the flow. Trust your body and know that it's doing what it needs to do. There's a reason that sometimes people experience inch loss but no loss on the scale. So just keep that stuff in mind, and I hope you guys find that encouraging and help keep you motivated to continue the protocol, even at times when you feel like you're seeing, little dips in your weight loss journey. Most likely you have accomplished more than you realize. So I hope you guys found that helpful. If you did, could you do me a favor and share it with your friends on Facebook or Twitter or Google+. I'd really appreciate it. I'm HCGChica on Google+ and on Twitter, and my Facebook page is Go HCG Diet, and I try to put up little pictures on Facebook and Google+ of myself and my son, and just little fun stuff too if you're ever curious about what I'm doing when I'm not recording videos. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk again soon. Take care. Bye.